It appears that all hell is about to break loose. 5-star quarterback Julian Lewis just said, I'm out to USC. They got a new commit. The breakup is official. Dominoes are falling. Ooh, boy. Buffs moved to rank 16th in the AP poll. Doesn't mean anything. Why do we keep bringing it up? We got to wait till Tuesday. So I figured I'd at least show you what's going on here this Sunday afternoon because AP poll means shit. But they're first, so we talk about it. Moved up one number. A little disrespectful. Big 12 ain't getting no love. BYU drops out of the top 12. There is no Big 12 team anywhere in the playoff standings so far. Fortunately, BYU's loss isn't the sexiest, and I said that too. That falls on that's BYU's fault. That's BYU. I think they were out of the top 15. I believe they dropped to 13. I believe. Maybe I'm just making stuff up at this point, but I did think they dropped. They're 14. Excuse me, 14. Yeah, fell all the way out. So, and keep in mind, there's 4 teams ahead of them that have 2 losses in front of BYU. Now those teams are Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. But yeah, so their wins, I guess, have a little more weight to them. Look, this thing's gonna get ugly before it gets clean. So we will see. But right now, it's interesting because again, the AP poll and rankings and seedings are different, but doesn't really matter. We're here to talk about recruiting anyway. So the big breaking news today is Julian Lewis, 5-star quarterback. He's been moved to 4-star, and some people, has decommitted from USC. This breakup got ugly, and it got ugly real quick. There's a news of a crystal ball of a 5-star quarterback from an A&M, who I hadn't even heard of, flipping from A&M to USC. And then the news drops that Julian Lewis says, deuces, I'm out. Now, kudos to USC. They kind of just picked up. They just get another 5-star quarterback. Again, nobody I've heard of. Not saying the kid's not good. I just haven't heard of all the quarterbacks in this class. He's one name I haven't heard of yet. Doesn't mean he's not good. I'm just telling you what I know. So people react. What happens here? Michael Carroll, who visited this weekend, 5-star inside offensive lineman, hit him with the big eyes. Okay? Zaire Hilton, I believe is his name, tweeted, let me know something, Tim. Zyke Hilton, excuse me. Plays, obviously, with Julian Lewis. We've been talking about these dominoes falling for quite some time to keep your eyes and ears peeled for it. Now, Julian Lewis did visit Georgia this weekend. Could they make a run? Could they make a big splash? Somebody definitely keep an eye on. He's been kind of flirting with Georgia going way back when. Georgia's always been in the mix. It's an in-home. It's obviously close to home. Got to keep them in mind. Got to be worried about them. Now, honestly, when they were at USC, I felt more confident. Flipping from USC was a no bueno. Georgia, to me, it's an easy argument. There's been literally zero proof of quarterback development at Georgia. Stetson Bennett is a nobody at LA. And Carson Beck has lost millions upon millions of dollars in the NFL draft based on his performance this year. If it's an NIL deal, we've heard about the money at Colorado. You got to think Colorado pulls one here. You got to think. Now, let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about who was there this week. And here's a visit from Michael Carroll. Again, this is the big thing for me. The development that we're seeing here at Colorado has got to speak volumes to these recruits. Got to. So obviously that was his picture there. Said he's very much in the mix. His parents even said that he was in awe with just everything that Boulder had to offer. Big time splash, big time moment for Michael Carroll. And then of our psychopath there, Alexander McPherson, let us go in the back, white boy, defensive lineman, the psychopath we talked about a few weeks ago. Really enjoyed his visit as well. 2025 3-star commit from IMG. We know that IMG pipeline. Really enjoyed the electric atmosphere in Boulder as well too. Like, how could you not? That game was electric. Big time win over a top tier defense. And again, both of these guys, one playing the offensive line, you see what this O-line is doing. The fact that Cash Cleveland and Jordan Seaton have become legitimate assets to this O-line. You got to think if you're Mike Carroll, like, man, these guys have just grown with under a year. And then to Alexander McPherson, the D-line has been a just disaster for the opposing team. The pressure they're getting to the backfield. Those guys, on the other hand, opposite of Carson Beck, have made millions based on them either transferring here or the development they've received while being here at Boulder, Colorado. Got to think about it. Got to sleep on it. Look, this next few weeks, December 4th will be here before you know it. Will be here before you know it. It is about to become mayhem with recruiting. Things are going to be said. Things are going to be thrown around. If you're Boulder, if you're Deion, what do you do here? How quickly do you try to seal in these guys so maybe you can flip another one that's potentially looking at you? How busy is National Signing Day going to be for the Colorado Buffs? It's been historic every year that Coach Prime has been in the mix. Whether it was Travis Hunter, whether it was Kamani McLean, Jordan Seaton. This year, is it going to be Julian Lewis with Michael? Do we see multiple big-time signings this year? Signs point to yes. It's passing the scent smell, right? It's passing the sniff test. That smells like it could be a big one. Smells like it could be a big one. Feels like it could be a big one. Look good, feel good, play good. They are firing all cylinders there. They are doing everything right. Everything right. Now, we'll know if they make a bowl game. No, will we? No, we won't. We won't know if the Buffs make a bowl game. So the biggest thing for the Buffs is to make that Big 12 championship. That's going to be the last kind of selling point, I would say. Now, could you really need any more? No, but if once the Buffs have guaranteed that, could that maybe add a little more sex appeal? You got to think so. You got to think that it helps a little bit. Other teams could kind of lose some steam in the next couple of weeks. All things to consider. All things to consider. You know what we're going to do here, though. Keep the bell turned on. Keep your eyes and ears peeled because anything that happens when it breaks, we'll be talking about it. We'll be informing you about it. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. We got a busy month and a half left, and we ain't going nowhere. So buckle up, sit back, just surpassed 12,000 subs. Keep hammering home on the like button. Keep hammering home on the sub button. Keep hammering home on the comments. Much appreciated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, baby.